First coming into the show, guys, is the Neuschwanstein Castle. This is a real castle, and this is exactly what it looks like. It's a magnificent castle down in southern Bavaria in Germany. This is the best representation I've ever seen of an actual real-life castle. I put it in the video so people can just see your name there that you built it.
I decided in 2019 to build it, and it's a bit hard to remember why, but because I didn't start building it until last year. But I think there was a few reasons. Firstly, I wanted something very recognisable, and to be honest, this is probably the most recognisable castle in the world. You find that most people know of it, even if they don't know the name of it or where it is. And the second thing I thought was it's straight. A lot of castles you see, they've sort of got little bits and they're at angles and all sorts. I thought, apart from that bit at the back, which is angled, but the rest of it is just straight lines, so it'll be simple to build. It wasn't. There was a lot of complicated bits that I was like, how are we going to do that bit? Yeah. I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you did it too. Thank you for sharing that.
No, thank
you. So like I said, this is a beautiful castle. Let's move along and see what else is here. And wow, there are a lot of castles here. I don't know if there's a theme this year, but I see a lot of great castle builds. Here's another castle, which appears to be just as beautiful as the first one, although a different design, a bit more medieval. With castles being a theme here, there are some truly magnificent castles at this Lego show. I love everything that I've seen. I'm so surprised because, I wasn't keeping track of the fact that they were going to change up the design. But look at this. Look at this particular Lego build. This guy's fishing, and then there's a little fish on the hook. But these castles are absolutely beautiful. Such unique and wonderful designs and displays. There are two pinball sets. I think these are actually operational, but it says do not touch. But I've seen this before, and I haven't seen it in operation. I'd love to see it. I may swing back by when the builder's here and try to catch this in operation to see if we can see this pinball set in use. But these are really large builds. I love the coloration here, and then the lights in there are flashing. So I'd love to see a pinball spinning around on this table. But here's a massive Duplo set, guys. This extends over this entire table. You have these beautiful Duplo trains, which I don't know if I've ever seen Duplo trains move before, but there's some great Duplo trains here, and then there's a Duplo castle and these large Duplo animals. But this is a really, really unique Duplo build, and a very large build at that. It's a nice castle here. This entire set is Duplo. Just great colors. So much attention to detail on this, where you have the whale here, and there's these multiple trains, or at least 3 trains, larger train tracks, smaller train tracks, the penguins, a lot of animals, giraffe. The whole thing is just really laid out really well to kind of give you that overall view of this beautiful Duplo, Lego Duplo world. Here is a magnificent, what I expect to see, railway. And this is a beautiful railway, and this is a lot of train track. And there's the hub on the end where you have all your trains resting. But look at these trains just, oh, and this is the older track which is really, Lego doesn't make this track anymore. There's a couple third-party vendors who are trying to make this track, but this track just runs so much better than the current plastic track that Lego does produce. Either way, this is a really wonderful Lego build. Here's the front end of that train station. You can see the kind of tracks going under a tunnel here. There's a tunnel coming out the other side, but Brickton Station. And then here are your trains. Trains are here. Leaving the train yard, going out into the world. Now, this is a very unique table. There are multiple scenes here where it looks like war equipment. There's a trebuchet, but you also have something that looks like the Wright brothers flying an aircraft in the background there. So that's different. There are a couple trebuchets, and there appears to be a medieval village. I love the tower on the roofs of this medieval village. Again, kind of a German style home. But this is a beautiful, beautiful design. And look at the tower or the roof of this small building here. I call that the tavern. It's really pretty. Tudor, England. Okay.
It's a generic medieval market theft, so
okay.
It will have looks for anywhere because it wasn't meant to be anywhere specific. But,
okay.
Yeah, so our Tudor era building is very much lovely.
It's really pretty.
Taking off, and the brother stood there, and I've modelled it so that you can actually see that. And then obviously you've got the camera actually there, so you'll be able to take a picture.
Here's another medieval scene. There are a lot of really great castle builds here today. I love what they did with the water. I don't think I've ever seen a waterfall quite like that. This castle has a lot of height on it. It's really beautiful. This looks like a library. I want to call it a library, but it all sits over water. So many wonderful, unique designs here. It's kind of a village existing in water off of the mainland, which is just packed with scenes of people, animal, so many wonderful things. We move on to Marvel Avengers Assemble, and this is a nice Marvel layout. Avengers Tower, Daily Bugle, and there's a lot of war and battles going on. But what's really cool is the incorporation of the lights into this set. And it's not a set. This is all kind of filling and in Lego sets with other designs. But I love the way they put it all together here. The coloration is really great. The explosions, the lights blinking, the aircraft also lit up. The light at the top of the Daily Bugle switching colors. This show is always really great because you start out in one room and you think, oh, that's it. And you move through and you get to another room and it opens up and there's even more. So we're in the second room now and there's a lot of great builds here. Let's check out these builds. So here's some really cool, Republic Bricks has some really cool spaceships, kind of with the Star Wars designs. These all look really good. And then this is a nice, kind of a Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a nice design. nice hotel. I think this is going to be a diner, kind of a city. This is a Friends, like all the little Friends characters. That looks really cool. I love the way they tiled that. That center area is tiled really nicely. It's a massive Warhammer. And there's a Tesseract. And there's the up house, actually up in the air. Some really cool spaceships. Some minfig Doctor Who. Here's a nice fantasy world. Looks like they have a lot of Friends coloration mixed in here. Just a nice fantasy set as well. Kind of the elves, I think. This may be some of the Lego elf sets. Looks really impressive railway. Hyper controllable. Looks really good. It's a railway station. And kind of runs around the back. A lot of trains there as well. But that looks good. Here is a very long train. It runs up on the rail. It's kind of a raised platform here with a lot of things along the side of it. And it goes from here all the way down there. And I think it probably stops and then turn around and comes back. But I love the way they built the platform up, to put the track up on the platform, and then built all of these different scenes along in front of it. And this scene here is really catching my eye, of the lady kind of out sunbathing on the beach. Beautiful Halloween set. It's a cutout into a pumpkin with an entire world in here. Check this out, guys. Here's a really cool build all about Indiana Jones. This was one of my favorite TV shows, favorite movie when I was a kid. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That looks really good. And there's a large Indiana Jones that they've made as well. Kind of a big of Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford. It's really cool. And these are some unique designs, like the large head on a small body. Those are really cool. I don't think I've ever seen anything like these before. The Iron Man here is the coolest one, though.
He always looks pretty spectacular.
Here's a Hocus Pocus house. This has been picked up for Lego Ideas, so you should have availability to this at some point. There's a nice city feel, guys. I love this bus. That's really cool. And then this, I think this is something that looks like a school. No, it's a health center. That's really impressive.
All back on the roof. Cheers. Slide it underneath so that it doesn't get knocked off.
Now entering the third and largest room of this Lego show. This is where you're going to have your great ball contraption and everything else laid out. Fairy brick builds. Let's check out this hall as well. Those are some really cool Star Wars characters. I think that's General Akbar, Darth Vader, and like the Mandalorian. It's a nice build, and I love the lights on this set. We took this Technic set and added a lot of great coloration to that. Here's a Batman. Also a lot of great colors here, guys. You get a look around here and you can see this massive railway. There's an even larger train set. This is the largest one so far. Multiple tables long. This is a magnificent rail yard train set running around an entire town. I've seen a lot of beautiful Lego castles, but this one by far is the most impressive Lego castle I've ever seen. The amount of bricks that it would take. I'll see if I can find the builder and ask how many bricks that they took to build this, because the coloration with all of the white here and then with the red is just such a magnificent castle. You can see the entire space on the interior. You have the sheep inside. There's a field inside. This is a walled town. But this is beautiful and magnificently large. There's so many soldiers on all the ramparts and all the towers all the way around. This is a truly magnificent Lego field. Wow, that's all I can say to this one, guys. Wow. And on the side of this truly magnificent castle, and I think I've only seen the back side of it, there is a nice little Halloween, as we're in autumn. It's October, so Halloween's coming up, and there's a nice little kind of a spooky scene right here next to the castle along the side of it. Beautiful tree, and I love the colorations, these beautiful orange colors. But we're not done with this castle. This castle is truly magnificent, and here's the front side, and there you can see the knights out on the front on parade. It's a beautiful piece. Let's start at the lowest level. You have dungeons, storehouse for the armory, the blacksmiths with the moving sections there, moving pieces, the blacksmith working that. Come up there are the kitchens on the next level. There's a pig on the spit. There's a massive feast going on. And then if you come up one level above that, you have the living quarters. If someone's taking a bath, there's a king really in his room, not so much on the throne. And then there's a wizard there. This is a truly magnificent Lego build. Here you even have a tower that is under construction, not completed yet. You can see the spiral staircase running up the tower. The level of attention to detail in this build is absolutely magnificent. Let's move along and see what other great builds are here, because there's still so much more to see at this Lego show. And here's another train setup. I love this one because it appears as though you're in Deutschland, and this is a nice display. There is a train that runs. Here it is. This train is running back and forth up and down the tracks. This is another one of those really long Lego builds, and you need this for these train tracks. This Lego show has a magnificent great ball contraption. Check that out on my channel, guys. I drop those into separate videos. I go all the way around so you can see how every single part of this great ball contraption will operate. Can get into these big playpens and build to your heart's content. There's multiple of those. But here are some really great miniatures. Let's see what all we can find here. Angel of the North, Forth Bridge, Blackpool Tower, Stonehenge, Eden Project, Belfast Big Fish, National Football Museum. And I think it's all right here in this tiny space. So let's see if we can find Stonehenge. Some wonderful scenes here in this tiny little setting, and there's Stonehenge right there. I love when I see these little micro rebuilds of the world, really kind of scaled down using your imagination, and this is a really great way. It's a really hefty looking Lego robot there. And here's some Lego spaceships. I've seen a couple of these before, but they're always really wonderful to take a look at. And I love the coloration on this kind of a generational ship. You have families living on this ship. It's really nice. Some gardens on here, terraforming in space. Fantasy world with a very unique tree. I love the white and the purple in this tree. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And then here's a nice setup. It says Teal Squadron. I don't think I've ever seen Teal Squadron. But I love this coloration using the white and the teal. Kind of a play on the Star Wars theme, but also very original at the same time. Colors are absolutely beautiful. The designs are great, and it's very Star Wars space. Just looks really good. Teal 5 turquoise. Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Multi-tiered train track, and at the top it's kind of if you think about it, down low, and then you work your way up, and at the very top it's kind of a winter village with even a train. It's not running, a really tiny train here at the very top. This is a great design, a great way to take trains and kind of stack them to get more trains in less space. here's a nice build. This says Princess Avenues. Oh, so these are all of the homes for the Disney princesses. There's the apple, so there's going to be Snow White. And I see Frozen. Oh, wow. I don't know all the Disney princesses well enough to make this work, but it's a really great design. Okay, guys, so that's another great and phenomenal Lego showdown. Tell me what you liked about this one the most. I really love the castle behind me. I thought it was the best. Drop down in the comments which ones you like, and until next time, take care.